For teens growing up in northeast Kansas during the 1950s, it was routine for them to join the military after high school. For retired Colonel Ralph D. Runnebaum, it was no different.
Main reason I got in the military, it was just common practice in Marshall County. When you got out of school, you either went in the active Army or Navy, Air Force, Marines, or went in the Guard.
He and his two brothers followed step and joined the Kansas National Guard. It was his uncle, a retired officer and World War II veteran, who first convinced and challenged Runnebaum to stick with a military career.
And he come up in his broken German language and said, "Ralph, you will be a higher rank when you get out, or I'm not going to be happy." So I stuck with it.
Runnebaum initially served as a wrecker operator in Marysville, Kansas, where he quickly learned the importance of innovation and hard work. Soon after, Runnebaum decided to get his commission. After completing officer training school, he became a platoon leader for Company D, 169th Support Battalion. During that time, his unit was mobilized to Fort Carson, Colorado, where he led and trained his troops in preparation to be levied to Vietnam.
It was tough. Very, very tough, because and at that time we didn't have a lot of good equipment, so we had to take care of what we had. Active Army guys laughed at us, the equipment we came in there with, but we showed them we could do anything with our equipment that they could do with their new stuff. But before I got levied, Colonel Mike Saris, battalion commander, says, "Runnebaum, you're going to be my company commander." And I was a second lieutenant. The post commander called Colonel Saris and says, "You can't do that. There ain't no second lieutenant that's good enough to be a company commander." And Colonel Saris just stuck to his guns and he said, "You're the company commander." So I was kind of proud of that.
Levied into Vietnam in 1969, Runnebaum spent 8 months as the battalion motor officer for the 7th Psychological Warfare Group. Immediately after arrival in country, he began taking initiative to better the services and strengthen operations within his area.
Got there, we had nothing but a sea hut and some Connex containers, and that was the battalion maintenance motor pool. So being an old farm kid, and had some real good enlisted and NCOs underneath me, I says, "Can we build a motor pool?" "What do you mean, build us a shop so we don't have to work out in the mud and rain?" And I said, Yeah, we can. You know how to do it?" I said, "Well, between all of us, we'll find out how to do it." So we built our own motor pool.
His innovation continued throughout his tour in Vietnam and followed his career back to Kansas, where he continued to gain recognition and rank by serving multiple leadership positions throughout the state.
Company commander, battalion commander, brigade commander. That's the ultimate, because you got to be with your troops, and when you got into those staff positions, it just took everything away from it, because you didn't get to be with your NCOs enlisted and warrants and officers and so on like you did as a company commander.
For the next 13 years, Runnebaum made significant contributions to the Kansas National Guard and the readiness sustainment maintenance programs that played a key role in enhancing the combat effectiveness of both active duty and Guard units deploying overseas.
During Desert Shield, Desert Storm, we had a lot of Guard units being activated, but the one that we helped the most was the 1st Infantry Division. We worked 24 hours a day. Matter of fact, I set up a cot for 2 weeks out there because it was just too busy to leave. And we worked on equipment that some of the guys had never seen before, but if they had a manual, they could fix it. And I had so much pride in the mates because they were true experts in maintenance, and they still are. I was just over there the other day visiting with the commander of the mates, and it hadn't changed. Their number one mission is support the troops.
When he left the mates, Runnebaum went on to become the Director of Maintenance, Director of Logistics, then finally the Chief of Staff of the Kansas National Guard.
Tough job. Colonel with a whole bunch of other colonels. And at times we would just go nose to nose, toe to toe, but we all knew that our decisions had to be in support of the troops within the Kansas Guard, and we would come up with good decisions. It was great, but sometimes got long, drug out, not fighting over it, but quite heavy discussion, I'll put it.
His dedication and drive to provide the best leadership and support to the soldiers of the Kansas National Guard led to his continued success. In 1996, Colonel Ralph Runnebaum retired from his position at the headquarters State Area Command, but he never quit providing for the Kansas National Guard. With his near half a century of military and federal service, Runnebaum has made an inspiring and long-lasting investment to his country, all of which place him in a special group of individuals, well-deserving recognition by the Kansas National Guard Hall of Fame.
You never retire out of the Guard. Be with the Guard till they put me 6 feet under. But it's a great life, a great career, and for my wife and I and the kids, we wouldn't have what we got today if it wasn't for the Guard.